beautiful, beautiful life. I might just say what you wanna.
What it do, world? Welcome back to my channel. This is J.Max Reax, and I was about to be done filming, and then I saw a comment from, who was it? What is his name? I gotta shout him out for this one. From Big Boy Monster, asking me to react to the top 10 toxic moments from BET Presents the Encore. Y'all, this was the first show I kind of like waited every week to watch every episode for in a long time because it was just so crazy and toxic and funny. Let's see what's in this compilation.
Welcome to Redboombox, and today we're counting down the top 10 most toxic moments on BET Presents Encore. Ever since people have been staying in the house these days more often than none, we've been looking for a quick getaway into the world of reality television. However, some of our favorite shows, such as Housewives, Love and Hip Hop, and countless others have been placed on a brief stoppage. This is due to this year's rough times, leaving us feeding for that itch that we just can't quite scratch. In comes BET Presents Encore, a refreshing take on the development of a girl group. However, this group consists of women who have already been established in the music industry, whether it be within their own group or solo. Today, we'll be counting down the top 10 most toxic moments of BET Presents Encore.
I cannot wait to see this, y'all.
Number 10, Keely versus Aubrey. Because they started off seemingly as friends in the beginning, the battle between Aubrey and Keely was somewhat a surprise. What jumped it all off was the moment Aubrey told the other women that they should split up the group, which is an odd choice to make, but hey, she's been in a group before, so maybe she knows best. However, Keely did not like the separation and strongly vocalized that to the other girls, calling Aubrey a pox and divisive.
And it feels like that's being taken. This concept that Aubrey's pitching is in a way like division, divisive. Yeah. It doesn't sit well with the heart.
Aubrey gets wind and decides to address her.
Please don't talk about me behind my back, and I don't like the word divisive, and I told everybody exactly what I feel.
As Aubrey addressed Keely, letting her know she doesn't like her saying how divisive she's been, Keely seems to be surprisingly apologetic.
Behind my back and saying the word divisive is not cool.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm sorry you said it.
Later, Keely starts to feel like Aubrey is taking over her creative director position.
Because she
As
did.
she should, because what was the reason? Aubrey confronts Keely, questioning what her purpose is, and another argument ensues.
Everybody said great, and you said finally you're on the right page. It's very arrogant, Keely.
Yeah.
You're arrogant, and it's demeaning, and it's a put down, and I've never not been on a page. Do the work. Do the work.
Number 9.
Do the
Aubrey
record.
and the twins splitting up the group. Speaking of splitting up groups, this next toxic moment has us scratching our heads as to why. In one of the earlier episodes, Aubrey came up with the bright idea to split up the group into two, with her, the twins, Shamari in one group, and Pam, Nivea, Nisha, and Irish in the other.
And now I see myself in a group with the twins because I value what they bring to the table and the studio.
As you can expect, the ladies weren't feeling the unfair divisiveness of this decision because Aubrey was clearly trying to make her own supergroup out of the selection she had and leaving the rest to fend for themselves. Number 7, twins choosing to leave but then not leave. Yep, so Fallon and Felicia were the first 2 women to declare their departure from the group after feeling like they're too good to be associated with the women, claiming that the other ladies need this more than they do and bringing up their present-day accolades.
We were here for y'all. Y'all need help.
I thought they were going to be reasonable.
Of course they're not. They need this. They need this. We don't.
Realizing that they're there for a reason, they decide to stay and sit down with the ladies the next morning to apologize.
I'm with starting over and just trying to figure out, honestly, what this looks like.
I have no interest in working with the Cherish twins.
Nobody wants to work with assholes.
Nobody wants to work with an asshole.
Number 6, Aubrey's confrontation with Elijah.
Oh, God.
Elijah was one of the group's in-house producers, and once he started to hear that there's drama within the ladies, he decides to sit down and talk to Aubrey for all the good tea.
Some don't know how to play well with others. Because when it comes down to using all the twins' work, they want it the way they want it.
Aubrey goes on to let Elijah know what was said by one of the twins about him.
The girl's perspective is like, Elijah knows what it is. He knows when we get into a room who's running shit. Like, he knows what I do.
Which leads to Elijah confronting the twins about what he just heard.
It was brought to my attention. It was, Elijah know what's up and this and that, and it's almost like downplaying my purpose of being here.
Which then leads to the twins confronting Aubrey about what was said.
Okay. Elijah pulled me and Fallon to the side because he was upset with me. He was just like, it was said to me that you and Fallon said that I didn't write skeletons.
Which then leads to Elijah confronting Aubrey.
So you don't think that was messy to go and say that? To go back and tell the twins that I was shitting on them?
They came to me. This whole drama in the house started because of what you did.
Ooh, child, it's hard for me to even keep track with all of this he said, she said.
It was confusing.
Which is a very underrated Cher song, by the way. Number 5, Misha and Irish leave the group. Now, this was kind of expected, but then again, it wasn't. This came right after the departure of Nivea, which we'll get into later. Stemming from the aftermath of Nivea leaving, Misha is fuming because she has had enough of the twins and thinks Nivea's departure is due to them, and decides to let it all out.
What you gonna do? I will handle both of y'all. With no problem.
Ready to rumble, Misha decided to leave rather than inevitably get into a brawl with the twins. And being that Irish has Misha's back, she decides to leave right with her.
Be there with my sister. I'm gonna have her back. She's gonna have mine. That's how we roll. I see it in her face. We're ready. It's time to go.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Number 4, Aubrey leaves the group. Speaking of leaving the group, the first to actually depart from the group, which has been named Blueprint, is Aubrey.
Have you seen Aubrey?
I haven't seen anyone there. I saw Smart, of course.
You have not seen Aubrey. Is that what you're saying?
Is she missing?
Well, none of her stuff is in my room.
Oh, snap.
Aubrey slowly started to fade herself out of the picture as she became increasingly tired of the fighting between her and the other group members, mainly Fallon and Felicia, with a sprinkle of Keely.
The group, and all you're doing is going behind my back and running your mouth. Why don't you try to be the positive woman in power, Keely, that you always act like you are, and empower people?
Number 3, Nivea leaving the group. While maybe Aubrey's departure was expected, no one, and I mean no one, was expecting Nivea to leave the way that she
No, I didn't either.
Okay.
Walk around me. Walk around me. Because I don't do that. Whoa. Everybody is different.
Feeling overwhelmed with the bickering and fighting like Aubrey, Nivea decides to part ways in an explosive conclusion to her stay in the house.
Child, the best thing I could have done was flee the scene.
Lee.
Flee the scene.
Now this moment was right after Fallon and Felicia got into it with Irish and Misha in the studio while Nivea was just trying to calm the situation down.
Guys, all of this is stemming from her feelings. You're spewing out negativity. I'm just saying, please, just stop.
I'm literally begging them to stop.
That same night, she also broke down after burning the rose she wore to her mother's funeral as a let-go moment the ladies were having.
And I look at it every day. I'm tired of looking at it. I want to burn it just to accept that she is not here.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who agreed that Nivea was the magical light of this show.
She was,
down.
yeah.
Number 2, Cherish versus 702.
Oof.
From the beginning, it seemed like the girls of Cherish and 702 would inevitably bump heads after the twins took one look at them and said they were way too old.
We are not childish. We're just the youngest. Baby girl. Baby, that's what I'm trying to figure out. We were here for you.
Nivea and her rice cakes.
So instead of giving bit by bit of each scene, I'll just give you a montage of all of their fights.
Shit.
It's not about being arrogant. It's about understanding what it is. If you giggle one more time, this shit ain't funny.
One more. I'm coming over there and slapping some women. You don't know who the I am.
Somebody better not come
Okay.
What are you
You throw one. Please, so you better stop it.
Yeah, you need to get out of my face for real, bro.
You need to get out of mine. And I'm talking about your wig.
Look at your wig.
And look at yours.
It's easy to see why Misha and Irish decided to leave such a
Was
toxic
comical
environment.
and tragic all at the same
Number
time.
one, the twins versus co-sign the producer.
Oh my God, this.
Now, we placed this as the number one spot for a few reasons. One being that not only did this toxic altercation take place inside of the house,
It
but it
spilled
also
into
went
social
outside of
media.
the house long after they had stopped filming. The
Yes.
twins wrote and produced a record that had two versions. One was made by Cosign and the other by Fallon. When Cosign played the song for the ladies, Fallon's version started to play.
The song, Coast.
Wrong version.
It's my version. I'll tell you if it's the wrong version.
Fallon quickly got upset because she says that her version is better. The next day, Cosign decides to apologize by sending the ladies some flowers, and this happens.
Gosh, Fallon. Oh, it's to everyone. Okay, well, that's great. Thanks. You're gonna send flowers? I would rather you come to me and apologize in my face. I would rather you send a text message and apologize to me through that.
Well, shortly after the first episode had aired, Fallon took to social media and goes live, calling out Cosign, saying that he's probably cheating on his wife, asking who is he and what records has he done.
It got
Not
messy.
long after that, Fallon receives a lot of hate and backlash for her outbursts on live and
Yeah.
decides to apologize for her actions as well as to Cosign, who didn't say anything back and decided to accept her apology. Well, there you have it.
Wow.
That's the top 10 toxic moments of BET Presents Encore. Do you have another list that you think would be great for this show? Leave a comment below and we'll be sure to check it out. And don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned with our latest videos.
Make sure y'all subscribe to Redboombox. Shout out to Big Boy Monster again for this recommendation. This was a show that I was like obsessed with over the summer last year. Like I said, I actually would sit in front of the TV and wait for it to come on BET because it was so, like, it gave me a sense of nostalgia, but also just like, it did kind of cure reality fix that I wasn't able to feel at the time. This along with, I think, maybe Love and Hip Hop's film reunion was coming on at the same time. But this show was such a tragedy. It was a comical tragedy all at once. But definitely what they called it, a music experiment. I think it was dope to see. I would love to see it continue. I would love to see either a recycling of different people to do it again, or even just an update of what has happened with Blueprint since the show ended. I absolutely love their EP, Bird's Eye View, Skeletons, Go Don't Leave. That whole EP is just fire in its own little way. At one point in time, I thought about making Bird's Eye View my intro music. I didn't actually do it, but I was going to. So this is pretty cool to see, just dissecting a lot of what happened in the show. You just had personalities that just did not blend well, and it really did showcase, I think, a lot of what happened with their groups. And with groups that we see kind of phasing and fizzling out today, it was a good experiment. Carlos King did that. Keely, who did it originally with the other person, they did that. It was pretty cool. The casting threw me off. Initially, I was thinking to myself, like, I remember the old clips from YouTube with D Woods and Melody and them, and I was like, that would have been probably more interesting to see. But this right here was phenomenal. I don't know how, but it came out to be a great situation. The Elijah versus Aubrey thing was horrible. I think it showed me another side of Aubrey that made me immediately comment on some things on YouTube about her role probably in some of Danny Kane's second destruction when you know, Dawn hit her. And then he got on live and he was like, y'all think Dawn bumped Boing and Boing upside her head for this reason or whatever? It was real ratchet, but I understood it. Then I kept thinking to myself, I wonder how Dawn is actually, you know, watching this, if she's watching it, what her perception of Aubrey is, because that word divisive did something to her. It triggered her. And I believe that's probably something she heard in Danny Kane as well. Not saying she was the reason for Danny Kane's breakup. She was not. I've posted comments on numerous documentaries under another account to kind of theorize why I think DK broke up. But this was good. This was good. I hated to see Nivea leave. Nivea really was like the comedic relief. And for her, it was all new. So to see her try and navigate it was so cool, but you could see where her spirit just got vexed by everything that she was encountering with them. Aubrey, it wasn't new to her. She had done that before with another group. So, you know, she just knew when to bow out. Nivea, it was like, oh shit, this is some craziness. I think Ego definitely played a role with Irish and Lamisha, as well as Fallon and Felicia. And then Keely was just there. Shamari was just there. Pam was just there. I think that was, you know, they just wanted to make good music. But yeah, the outcome of it was amazing in my opinion. The EP was. I hate that they're probably not still together. But yeah, this was a good one. This was a good one. Y'all know I've been into the music documentaries lately, so y'all can throw some more at me. But let me know what you thought about Blueprint's EP. What you think about this video? Did you like the Encore? Would you want to see a season 2 of it? I think that'd be dope to see. But yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Until next time. Peace.